Hi, it's Grim with Luxury Gaming, and we are here with team NN Rolex. They played in the LCS 10 event. It was 129 teams. For their team, player A is Eteeyan Ita, and then B is Sabastien Zimmermann, and C is Henry Dopheide. Hopefully, I pronounced that close. But yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Eteeyan Ita from Germany, or as some people call me just Eddie. Yeah, and I was player A.
Hi, I'm Henry Dopheide. I'm also from Germany, and yeah, I'm play C.
Got you. And yeah, Sebastian's not here today. He might be sleeping or something. So we kind of went on since they all decided to play Drytron together. Definitely a little bit of difference in the deck list, but yeah, still very interesting. But yeah, so we'll go on to Henry's first. Or sorry,
Yeah,
we'll go on to Ed's first.
yeah,
So
sure.
somebody wants to jump into that.
Yeah, I can start with that. So before I start, I just want to shout out my team real quick. Junk's Playground. Go check them out on Instagram, on Facebook. Yeah, real cool team, Junk's Playground. All right, let's get going. So you just want to go card by card, or just
Yeah, so you can jump through like the most knowledgeable cards, and then anything interesting that the deck adapted to, you could maybe discuss that.
Right, so I decided to play 6 hand traps main deck, added 3 Ash Blossom and 3 Drawn Lovebird. We're gonna get to where I got the slots for those 6 hand traps, because usually you don't really have that much space in the main deck. But yeah, so 6 hand traps, then obviously just Cyber Petite Angel and Dawn Knight as one-offs, as well as Aether, and yeah, all the Drytrons. I played 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, 1 Delta, and 1 Gamma. So lots of lists played 2 Delta, 2 Gamma, or even both. The problem for me was I really wanted those extra slots for Ash Blossoms, because originally we were only maining Trolls. And so I decided to just kick the 2nd Delta and never played 2 Gamma. And it actually worked out really well. So that's the first slot. And then the second slot I got for hand traps was I decided to play 2 Herald of the Orange Light instead of 3. Because the reasoning kind of was it's not the best hand trap if you go second, because you got to discard another fairy. The only really good discards you have turn 0, so before you actually play it, is Herald of Ultimateness or a Natasha. Everything else, if you draw it, you don't really want to discard. You don't want to discard Petite because it's a starter. Manju is a starter. Benten is like just nuts. You never want to discard that. And Aether could only search 1 card if you discard it, so it's kind of shitty to discard too. So 2 Orange Light, because if you go first and you play your combo, you can still just search it and it'll just be fine. Then still 1 Manju, 3 Benton and Natasha and Herald. 3 standards. Yeah, 3 Emergency, 3 Fafnir, 3 Nova, Foolish Burial, then an Instant Fusion. I really like this card. It helps you play through lots of annoying ass hand traps like Droll or Cycle Reader super easily. It's sad that it's a one-off, but obviously card is too good to be a 3 in my opinion. But yeah, Instant Fusion into the one target I play, Millennium Ice Restrict, and then just play through stuff is just really strong, and I recommend playing it if you want to play Drytron. Yeah, the Meteonis obviously, and then Free Prep. That's the main deck. I think I'm going to continue with the side first. So in the side deck, I played 3 Cycle Reader for the mirror match. So if you play the mirror, you just have 6 blowout hand traps, Cycle Reader, and Trolls. Both of those hand traps can just be turn ending in the mirror match, so really good card. 3 Nibiru for virtual worlds and combo decks. Yeah, I don't think I have to explain Nibiru. 3 Gamma and Driver. So another reason why we only played 2 Orange Light was because the side plan actually worked out really well. If we went second in any matchup, we would just against combo decks obviously, we would just take out Eteeyan Angel, Aether, and 2 Orange Light for the Gamma package. It's 4 cards. Then the Ultimate Ness, 1 Emergency, and 1 Fafnir for 3 Nibiru's, and we just had an additional 6 hand traps in the main deck, not in the main deck, but in the deck, for cards that really just get stopped if your opponent decided correctly against you or goes first. So, yeah, and I mean, Gamma is just like Ultimateness in better, but obviously it has the restriction that you can't use it in your own turn because of the Drytrons. Then, next card I decided was 1 Vanity Ruler. I was really on and off about this card. First I wanted to main it, then I wanted to not play it at all, and I just kept switching it up. I didn't know which is better. So in the end, I decided, because Vantage Ruler is really good in the mirror match. If they don't draw like a Forbidden Droplet or Dark Ruler no more, they can't out it. So I decided to just side it for the mirror match if I go first. And it also came up against Dragon Link when I went first. Voice crack. Dragon Link when I went first, and yeah, even there it just did its job really well. So Vanity Ruler, then 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and 3 Twin Twisters against back row decks. For the extra deck, I played the Millennium Eyes for the Instant Fusion, obviously. Then Zeus, Downard, and Lyrilisk, Summoned Nightingale. I was thinking about playing the other bird too, the rank 1. The problem was I didn't have the space, and it wasn't really worth it for me, because Assembled Nightingale oftentimes is just better. There's niche situations where the other bird is better, but yeah. Then 1 Access Coach, yeah, you just gotta play it. Appaloosa, I saw some lists not play it. I don't understand why. Appaloosa is just really good. If you go second, it kind of turns into your win con. If you're playing like a mirror or something, you try and break their board or try and stop them from really playing turn 1 with hand traps. And once you've done that, you set up an Appaloosa, because obviously you sided the Herald out. And Appaloosa for 3, Appaloosa for 4, just usually does the job from there. Same against Virtual World. If they don't have Qinglong to negate the Appaloosa, the card is just pretty bonkers. Then I played a Boros Sword Dragon for the OG case. Came up once in, I don't know, it was top 16. I think it was top 16, so that was pretty good. Herald, Herald of the Mirage Lights. Debatable if you even want to play it. It's only good if you make Vanity Ruler. I don't think maybe I summoned it once this tournament. Didn't really do that much. An IP, just really strong. All 3 Nightmares, also really strong. Link Karibo, Anima, and Union Carry. That's my list.
Got you. So a few things for the Twin Twister. You decided to play that over Lightning Storm. I assume the reasoning was because of like Shadal Schism and things like that, or do you have any other reasonings behind that card?
Yeah, well, Shadal Schism, Prank Hits also, the spell, you can just pop in standby phase. Although that wasn't really that big of an influence. I highly dislike Lightning Storm at the minute, or in general actually, because I find I only draw Lightning Storm when I already have stuff on board, and that for me just doesn't. Like, yeah. I know it's a really dumb reasoning, but I just prefer Twin Twister because it's more flexible, even in an advanced game state where you've got like stuff on board, and maybe you just want to draw like that 1 back row removal to end the game. Twin Twister just does the job. Plus, you've got enough discards in this deck that you just don't really care about, that you can just trigger from graveyard. Obviously, getting hit with a cold buy on whatever you discarded, or Hakero on whatever is discarded, kind of sucks, but I mean, better have it.
Yeah.
They gotta have it for it to
I mean,
first.
The most popular trap deck is Eldritch, and depending on game state, they kind of pilot where they set their traps, so some things can be knowledgeable and some aren't. So there's different ways you could like respond with the Twin Twister, depending on what they have or set. Because of like Eldland, or sometimes they burn their own golden land to like be able to get the Sanguine plus a golden land. So I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's a good card. Very very
Plus,
good.
I mean, you don't have to discard Giant. You can just discard like a Draw and Lock Bird, or like obviously if you're playing against the back row deck, it won't do much. So or like doubles if you draw 2 emergency, discard something like that. So it's a really flexible card and just very good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we'll move on to Henry, and then we'll go into the deck discussion more on Sebastian's list about all the other stuff.
Okay, so when you compare Ita's and my list, you see that there's only one difference, and that is the one ruler that I played. So it's 41 cards, and I decided to play ruler because I just wanted to make the best possible board that Drytron can make first turn, just to secure the win. Yeah, and everything else Ita explained already. So in the side deck, there's a little difference to Ita's list because I played droplets for the one ruler that he played in the side deck, and for one Twin Twister, because I didn't want to lose against cards like Winda or against combo decks. I just wanted to have something. You could also play Dark Rule No More, which is better against Winda, but I think Droplet is better against most of the other cards. And in the extra deck, yeah, that's pretty similar to Ita's.
Got you. And did you guys have to play against the Eldritch deck with Inspector Border at all, or did you verse that team?
I did play against an Inspector Border, but I'm pretty sure it was. I don't think it was the Eldritch deck. I didn't really see any Eldritch cards, but I also just kind of won in a turn or lost in a turn. Like, it was either game 1 I just won with my board. Game 2, he boarded me. I tried to out it with Nova, but he had Dogmatic Punishment. And then game 3 I just won again, so I don't know if he played Eldritch, but yeah, border was there.
I got you. Yeah, so Henry, do you have any shoutouts before we jump on to Sebastian's list?
There's one shout out. I'd like to shout out Nico Schlekamp for helping me with getting into Drytron.
Got you.
That's all.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll move on to Sebastian's. Obviously, he's not here to go really in depth. I think you guys are also playing the same main deck. Eddie and Sabastien for this, and I see he decided to play the same side deck as Henry with the 2 droplets to help with the Winda and things like that. And then he also decided to play Thousand Eyes Restrict, which if any of you guys know the reasoning behind that, definitely let us know.
Yeah,
Yes.
Zimmermann and me were discussing the 15th Exodex card because he didn't want to play Herald of Mirage Lights, because Mirage Lights only makes sense when you put Ruler on the board. So we are thinking, okay, what's a good 15th Exodex card? And since there's no main deck out to cards like Winda, etc., we figured out that Thousand Eyes is a pretty good option here. It's just to break some boards when you go second or bait and negate, so to play around things or into things.
Yeah, so like going into Restrict and then Anima, there's definitely some good utilities to that. But on to deck discussion. So first thing, if someone would like to discuss the reasoning on 2 Orange Light.
Yeah, so as I said, the reasoning with 2 Orange Light, we had multiple reasonings. The first was that it's just not the best hand trap if you go second. It does way more work when you go first. The thing is, if you go first, usually you can search it on your first or second Benson search, and then just have it from there. So like the only cards you lose to at that point, the only cards you lose to at that point are like Joel, or if you're very unlucky and you only have like Nova, Benson, and Psycho Reader, which can suck. But playing 1 extra Herald doesn't really improve your the probability that much that you could say, oh, now you don't lose to Joel anymore. You don't draw it that much more often. Obviously, it's a higher probability to start Orange Light if you play 3/2. But if it's on your first or second search anyway, I believe it was a worth trade-off to just cut one out, play an extra hand trap, or play an extra hand trap that always does something, ergo Droll and Ash, and still have retain the ability to have it kind of like a call by the grave, just to make sure your combo goes through. Because I think that's way more important. So I see it less as like a hand trap and more like a combo piece. Because you don't really want to neg if like you're going. Let's say you go second, you orange light, and they can still play. You've got like 4 cards to play against their board, which it's just not worth really. And then obviously the second reason was just that it worked out really well with our side plan of just taking out the orange lights, the Cyber Petite Angel, and Aether for Gamma package when we went second. So I guess that was the reasoning for only playing 2 orange lights.
Got you. And so you kind of discussed a little bit about the vanities, but you guys all basically stated that it was just very good for the Drytron mirror match, and then also has like high impact against like other combo decks. Virtual World, I mean, it's pretty good against Virtual World but the King Long is a little scary. And the other thing that's kind of cool about Vanity's Ruler is if you're not ending on the ultimateness, you can basically just loop Ben 10 back to the field and then just get more resources, which I see that's like the standard thing to do, which is pretty nice. But is there anything else you guys would like to say about the tournament, matches, anything in general?
So first of all, I'd just like to say that I had a lot of fun. I had a real blast playing this tournament, and I'm very thankful to Luxury Card Gaming for hosting it. Then also, I guess, unfortunate that we lost in top 8. I would have liked to get further, but I misplayed, so that's on me. But I'm just happy about having topped this tournament. Congrats to Christian Thomas for winning, for Christian Thomas and his team for winning the tournament. That's it from my side.
What he just said.
What he just said. All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and congrats again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Luxury channel. And I hope you guys have a great day. And bye-bye.